But that's the number one key in America. Like if you look at them, it's everyone playing victim. You know, it's not just black people who constantly use cry wolf. You know, I'm not with those who cry wolf about racism and conflate things that's not really there. You have Asians talking, talking about discrimination and Asian hate and killing, and when you saw when that white guy who went on that killing spree in the Asian massage parlor, you see what they said. They created that as an Asian hate narrative when that wasn't nothing but a serial killer or a crazed deranged man committing murders. And the more and more you do that to white men and relegate them to, the ghettos, like it's gonna be a lot of white people who gonna have to, like I said, they're losing their assets, getting their wages going through bankruptcy. They're broke. So when you become broke, you gotta then in turn your living changes, your living conditions. It's gonna be a lot of white people who gonna have to actually, and it's rightfully so. Some of them is gonna actually have to live around the black people whom they feared. When you tried to, your whole life you've ran. A lot of a lot of white people know at the sound of my voice, your whole life you've done nothing but try to run from black people. You had some unhealthy or stereotypical mindset about them and minorities, and you've done nothing but tried to escape. You see them from afar. Well, now they're human beings. Now you're gonna have to live with those human beings. You know, the government is basically turned on, like the government basically is turned on itself. Like, I mean, they turned on its people who helped to pretty much usher in everything and enforce everything that is this country's constitutional laws and this country's history and then its legacy. They've helped build this. They've helped build it. And what is happening is the country is turned on them, i.e. white men and women. Like now women, or in society, period, women they just become like, I'm not the spoils, or whatnot. Like they don't go to war. They don't really care about things like that for the most part, because you're gonna see what's improved race relations here is the interracial dating. Not only that, but it's been music and other things, but interracial dating is gonna be another thing that pretty much relegate white men to being the new nigga. Because the more and more they swirl with black women, not only are they gonna breed themselves out, number two, they gonna get themselves involved in more nigga shit. They gonna start adopting. You start seeing more white men than ever adopt that. Basically acting like Paul Wall. You know what I'm talking about. Paul Wall is not necessarily a wigger to me, because his demeanor and his attitude, everything is authentic. He was raised around, I know, a lot of Paul Wall history. He was actually raised, around black people and things like that. It becomes natural. So then you in turn get Bubba Sparks, Paul Wall. You in turn get a lot of white dudes today don't even be that extreme, but you could tell that they've adopted black swagger. They've taken it like your father must be, you must have a black stepfather, because he's gave you the game. You don't see a lot of white dudes today running around for the most part. Anyone who trying to present themselves, they not running around here looking like, oh, give me the coagulant jagulant, you know what I'm saying, with the Poindexter glasses, or just with them beat up jeans looking like Kurt Cobain. That's how white dudes look 10 years ago, 15 years ago, how white men used to dress. It was a total difference from the style of dress and image of black men from the image of white men. Hispanics the same way. Now you see everybody basically picking from black culture. You know what I'm saying? And the popular culture that was created over here, because we all know that black people had a huge hand in creating setting the popular culture, setting the trends, and and the things that people follow, what's deemed cool. And with that being said, black people control a lot of wealth. Unbeknownst to these black women swirlers and all these black man haters, black men control a lot of wealth. And they only have one way to go. You can't only have one way to go from the bottom. And the element that's changing things from when I was growing up in the 90s is you have mentors, YouTube, the brothers. You have the brothers from, you know what I'm saying, the chosen. You have the brothers that's chosen from the Most High God to give you the game, the wisdom, and allow you to navigate this life and not hit these pitfalls and traps. You have example after example after example to where you don't have to, as a black man, end yourself following one of these traps of jail, selling dope, killing your own. If you do that at this point, we can automatically put you in the category, separate ourselves from you, and allow whatever happened to you happens to you. You're gonna be on your own. And when you own your own in the devil's field, I liken it to the movie Pitch Black. When they was traveling on that line, you know what I'm saying, and them lights was on and you had to stay in that light. If you deviated once to the side, to the left, to the right, you know, and got out of that light and started wandering off, the monsters picked you off. You know, you saw Riddick was leading them because he could see through the darkness. He was leading them people. He was moving. He was focused. He moving, leading his people. But that's the same way the brothers are. You know what I'm saying? The real brothers, the ones who trying to do God's will for their life, they're leading the people. But we didn't done it too. We didn't seen everything we need to see. And for those people who deviate and don't want to come along, waiting too long, see something over here and want to spend time, we just gonna keep moving and leave you over there, man. And if you get picked off, you get picked off. We'll hear the screams. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be harsh, but that's just how it is, man. It's how we have to do it. But the white man is becoming a new nigga. You have people, they trying to, like, you see videos of trying to demonize just average everyday white men. Just, you know, just try, like I said, have some vitriol from somewhere, from watching a slavery movie, or you think about George Floyd's situation, you know what I'm saying? That was a unique situation, and now you want to peg every white man is just going around here riding with the KKK. That's wrong, man. It's a wrong mindset to have. But when you do that, you start like, black folks gotta understand they can be discriminatory too. People, and it's not just black people. Like I said, Asians do it to the same way. Like Hispanics do it to white people too. You know what I'm saying? They basically ostracize white men too. Put them in a category like, just get over there, man. That's what it is. They put white men in a category, just get over there. And when you start dismissing people, dehumanizing people, you then in turn, you know what I'm saying, don't care about them, and you don't care about what happened to them. So then you don't care about if they enslaved. Basically, like I said, I don't think modern day slavery is going to return. But modern day, I don't think that antebellum slavery will return in the reverse. Like how you have the Hebrew Israelites saying. Hebrew Israelites preach that the white man is going to be in slavery. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be our slave, and he's going to be a slave in heaven. That's false doctrine. I don't even think antebellum slavery will return here on earth. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and it definitely wouldn't happen in America. But the modern day slavery is going to be unavoidable. The white man, you will become the modern day slave. You know, and meaning that you're going to have to work them jobs, low level jobs that black men have worked. You know, meaning it ain't going to be no given opportunities for you. You're going to have to earn it. And I mean, truly earn it. Like, there has been, all the way up into the time, I say, even up into the time till Barack Obama became president, there's been an askew curb, whether it's in jobs, because it's been done through propaganda. The propaganda that seeps into the people's mind. It's done in jobs it's been kept black men from positions. It's had the races looking at black men like they're inferior. So they're not even capable of having the same type of position because they don't have the same type of brain function. That type of stuff. When you look at white men and some of these white women, we call them Cal and Karen. All that is just unstable Caucasians. These are the Caucasians who have mental and spiritual illness. You have some Caucasians feel like the world is closing around in on them. Those are the racist. They racist. They need, and it's not, you need Jesus, man. To those people, you can return to God. You got to understand that Jesus Christ, his skin was this color. It may have been darker, but Jesus Christ wasn't white. Can you understand that? Can you get that through your head? Could you worship? It doesn't matter because we didn't care when we thought he was white. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cared. And it don't matter because every race depict Jesus is just, in their image. I think it's stupid because the Lord also said in the Bible, you don't depict the things of heaven. But Jesus Christ was a human, you know what I'm saying? Also God, but also human. So, I get that you want to, depict him, but I wouldn't do it, and it don't matter. But still, for those who learn that information, and now you have some contrition, you don't even want to be a Christian no more. You don't, or you just can't even accept that. That's the racist. You're a racist, and we need to just pinpoint these people, black, white, whoever. When you get relegated, when you get relegated to these inner cities and ghettos and projects, you're going to have white people need food stamps and projects, mixing and intermingling with black people. Then you can, I think for some white people who've just had things their whole life, that relegation, who's loving that irony that's happening of the white man being relegated to the new nigga? You know who's enjoying this irony that's happening? Enjoying that black man, swirling more than ever. You have white men who basically breeding themselves out. You have the black man, like I said, them now working together on a positive trajectory. You know who loved that irony? God. God loves irony, and this is perfect. Again, I have love for every race, human being, every living creature. It's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing but love. I just have to be here to tell you the truth. I know the truth hurt. I know the truth sounds controversial. The truth is the truth. Truth don't have no love for nobody. And one thing is God is the truth. God gives you the word, his word. He already ordained all these things, like all these things that come from these murders and evil. All the evil that's on the earth stem from the fallen state of man, the fallen state of men. Yeah. Men, like women, the women of all races, the modern women of all races, men, we're having problems with them as men. Not the white man just having problems. Not just the black man. No, the Hispanic man having problems. The Asian man having problems with with modern women. Because again, they not following the Most High. These women not following God. Women not following God no more. They want to try to chase the bag and stuff. And what they don't understand is they put themselves in a dangerous position. I just told you, women don't fight no wars, don't control none. All it take is one time all it take is about, if men pulled rank for 10 minutes, man, women will be in terror. I'll do a video on that. But yeah, man, but for the Caucasians, man, just prepare. And it's not a problem, but you should have been trying to do this anyway, like mingling with people, putting yourself out there to get to know people. But now you finna have to do it. You understand? You finna be relegated to, to the job. You're not finna just walk on and be the manager or anything. You have more, it's gonna be black women. You're gonna have white men working for black women. You got black men already who then just basically left the workforces, and things like that to build their own. So as black men have built their own, you got white people working for them. Dame Dash got white people working for him. Kanye West, white people working for him. Dr. Dre, white people working for him. You understand? Master P. I could go on and on and on. Tyler Perry, white men working for him. And these black men, don't get me started on all the athletes and stuff. They could pull, if even them, just a group of, if you just had a team and one of these sports teams that the black men just pull their wealth together. They can build that could go a long way, and they can build a lot for the black community. Just those being alone. Create a lot of jobs, create an infrastructure, you know what I'm saying, and an economy within itself. Like the problem is us as black people just don't want the solutions. But also it's that sinister evil element from the higher ups, who serve Satan. Yes, the higher ups, the elites, those who get this money, they know that there's a God and a Satan and the devil. They only choose to serve the latter. They serve Satan because Satan is giving them gifts, knowledge, things. The morning star. That's who he is. But yeah, I don't want to do this video too long. We'll go ahead and wrap it up. I pretty much laid it down. Like I said, I talk to people every day, man. Caucasians losing everything. Bang, like I said, the drop of a hat, they move, they do one thing. It's, oh, you racist, bang. Are you discriminating against me? A lot of white dudes, they going and getting swirled with these black women. You gonna get caught up in some straight nigga shit. Some of them going, you don't know what you're getting into. Some of them is just gonna finesse y'all. Y'all gonna lose a lot of y'all gonna transfer your wealth that way. You're gonna just transfer it. And then you're gonna be, and at the end of the day, I think, like I said, it's ironic. And it's just one of those things that, again, the history of America. No one, this group of people had this is the irony of it. This group of people brought another group over here, which was supposed to be the chosen group of God. This group of people, came from the place where civilization was born, Africa. This is where civilization started. The color spectrum goes from dark to light. You had this group of people who was already abandoned God. They were serving a pagan religions. Africans over here doing paganism again, abandoned God. They got taken, were sold into slavery, taken over into a foreign land by a group of people who didn't care about nothing about their humanity, another person's humanity. They only cared about their own needs and gains. And they were willing to do it, whether whether you violated numerous just astronomical human rights laws, you just dropped all morality and character. This group of people took the chosen group and brought them over here to this land, this foreign land. Now, mind you, that group of people who've done that have adopted the religion, the teaching, the power of that group of people and used it for their own gain. They used the Bible, the book of the chosen people, which was given to the Gentile for, also Jesus Christ died for the Gentiles. But the Bible, that's how they got it. That's how they got it. They got it from the Romans, and the Europeans, started adopting Christianity and things like that from the Romans. That's a Hebrew religion. They got that. They used it against that group of people to keep them in line, but they never taught them how to read it. Never taught them how to read. That was the one thing that was forbidden. Why? Because once you learn how to read and once that was like one of the only books they had around. Once you learn how to read that, and they understood. I don't think it was just because of education factor. It was because once they understood, because this happened. History showed you this. Once black people, the chosen, understood who they were in that book, it was over. Because now they're free. They are more free than people today once they read that. Some of you secular people, y'all still slaves. But they did that, and once we figured that out, what happened? Black people became free, and they started trying to do, gain their humanity back. And what did this group of people do? Tossed them out. Just said, just look, we lied. That was wrong. And I don't care. And on the outside looking in, you could be like, oh, wasn't nobody alive today were slaves. I didn't own slaves. Bro, you just don't get it. That don't matter. And that's not how God look at things. You benefited from it. You've benefited from it all the way up into this point. The same way that young black boys and young black girls have had it be a detriment in this country to them, just their color of their skin, and due to this construct of race that was only created here in America. But like I said, God loves the irony. He's back with the vengeance. And again, this is not to demonize white people. I understand that a lot of the stuff being said is propaganda and things. I see the truth in it. But that don't stop it, you know what I'm saying, from happening in these events, from being set in motion. The white man will become the new nigga. You better believe it. So with that being said, man, peace and blessings to y'all. I'm out.